Don't wait. Probably blew out their damn earphones.
They shut that shit right off.
Don't wait. What do you think about that one?
That was good for me.
Yeah?
My left ear's ringing, but
You know you have fucking headphones on.
that goes to show the vocals are clear.
Yeah, there you go.
The vocals are clear.
Using that Neumann 24 whatever T whatever. I forget. No, we're using these Roadcasters, boy.
Rode Wireless Go-To.
Yeah. That is the go-to.
Go-To. And it's not 2.
Yeah. We ain't the 2, we ain't the 3, we ain't the 4.
It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. We have a lot to talk about.
Do we have a lot?
Yeah.
Well, definitely. Of course, I'll talk about my little trip.
Strictly Diggly.
Strictly Diggly.
Hmm.
My trip.
Yeah, bro. So
got some music that came out. What else?
a lot of things, man.
Life's been passing by.
Yeah. I mean, we always say, "What's going on with you?" So, like, let's hear about that trip because I know you just got back.
Get right into it.
When did you get back?
Well, it's fresh.
Yeah.
We got back Tuesday afternoon.
Okay.
Tuesday afternoon. Yeah. It was awesome. Went to Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
Now I can say I've been to every big city in Texas.
Okay.
Houston, San Antonio, Dallas, Fort Worth.
San Antonio. Is there a lot of big women there?
I don't remember. I was younger. All I remember is like their Riverwalk.
Oh.
The Alamo.
I'm going based on Charles Barkley's assessment of San Antonio, Texas. And so they still do supersize me's over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would say Houston too, based on all the rap songs. But I don't remember looking at the women as much. I just went to like some baseball games and shit. But
Yeah, chicken wings and strippers probably. No,
that's pretty solid.
Get what
Good
you
mix.
saw what I did there?
Yeah, I see what you did there.
Chicken wings, chicken strips.
Mm.
Feel that?
Damn,
You're wrapping up on this bit.
it's true. Not the first time.
Ever. Never.
But yeah, man, Austin, I would definitely recommend. I know you want to go there. I would.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, I know you'd go there either way, but I'm saying you'll love it.
Yeah.
You'll really love it. It's like
It's my home?
It's everything it's hyped up to be.
Is it a home I don't know about yet?
It could be.
Yeah.
It definitely could be. I'll tell you what. It's not like anywhere I've ever been before. Almost like a mix of all of them. I mean, not that I've been a lot of places, but I just mean from like Colorado or like California. Austin was like it was just a great mix of nighttime activities, bars, live music, comedy shows. But then you also had like your active stuff too. They got the Colorado River running right through there, and so there was a lot of like water activity, like trail, like all along it to run, walk, bike.
Did you get pretty talk about the blazing, talk about the drinking?
There's no blazing because that's illegal in Texas, but they
so
do
you
have
didn't do that?
Mm-mm.
Dang.
They have THCA, I guess, or Delta 9 and shit like that.
God.
I didn't really feel like going out of my way to try it.
What's
so
that bullshit you told me about probably like last year or something like that?
Was it like a weed? Or was it something else?
It's not weed at
kratom?
all. Kratom.
Kratom.
They have that kratom out there.
Probably, right? Probably. Shit.
So you were drinking, huh?
I drank a couple nights. Yeah,
Yeah.
for me, like after drinking the first night, we went out, went to a comedy show, and then we stayed up like kind of drinking because everything there is open till like 2 a.m. like every night of the week.
Dang. You
But
said
anyway,
2 a.m.?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I
2
mean,
a.m. they let out.
that's every place. That ain't special.
But like for the amount of places that there were that were all just open that late, I've never
Yeah.
seen anything like that. Like even here in Phoenix, because like
Now, were there people there?
Oh,
Like-
yeah.
Like even on like let's just say a Wednesday night.
I didn't go on a Wednesday night, but I went on a Monday night. And
Monday
yes,
night.
There
There's
were
a lot of
quite
people
there
out
were a lot
there?
of people out there.
Dang.
There were a lot of people out there past 10 p.m. I didn't stay out. I didn't stay out too much later than that, but we probably got back. Yeah, they between 10 and 11, there were still a lot of people out there.
A lot of wandering souls.
Wandering souls of all types. You had white dads on business trips.
Yeah,
and,
give me the itinerary for like the types of folks and different strokes out there.
That was crazy. I mean, I'll tell you what I mainly saw.
Cause I want to hear weird, and that's my next question. I'm gonna let you finish this one, but I'm bombarding you. But I got so many questions.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, like for the most part, everyone everyone looked cool. Everyone was like fit and had like a bunch of tattoos.
Oh,
that was like a lot of the people. But there really was a mix of like, just regular old people, I'll tell you this, it was like a mix of like the people kind of like Denver type vibe, where some of them are wearing Patagonia and like hiking gear and shit for some reason, and then the other ones are wearing like, I don't know, like cut off shirts and like jeans and shit. You know what I mean? Like with tattoos. Like there was like hip people, and then there was also, I don't know, just like
bunch of cool
people.
teachers, cool teachers.
Yeah, cool teachers and
sticker style tattoos.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There was a lot of that, but it was definitely a wide variety of people. I would say this: nowhere that I've been have I seen less white people than shouldn't say Mexican, but like Hispanic and black. I saw more Hispanic and black people than white people.
Got you.
That part I noticed right away, because
really?
I don't really usually go a lot of places where I see that now. At least maybe in my day.
Especially
day-to-day.
Texas of all places, right?
Well, I don't know. I guess Texas is pretty, because it's right there. It's like the same distance as us from like Mexico, so they're like Tex-Mex. Mexicans, I guess, are pretty normal. I've seen a lot of Mexicans, especially in Dallas, but I don't know. I guess just here where I work and live and do stuff, I usually see more white people.
Yeah.
So there was the white people were outnumbered there.
Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, let's see. Comedy is awesome. I really haven't gotten into like comedy till like more recently. We kind of just went to a show there. They don't really tell you who's going to be on the show. I don't know a lot of like comedians like names and shit anyway. So we kind of just went, and it was fun. It was really funny. We sat like right on the front, had a bunch of drinks. It was just fun.
Did you see Kill Tony out there?
Bro, I got a story for you on Kill Tony.
Okay.
Kill Tony's every Monday, and tickets go on sale like, I don't know, once every 6 months or something, and they sell out like instantly. Oh. But I read online that it's possible to get standby tickets for people that don't show up, the day of, or at showtime, and so the show is at 8. They say if you wanna, your best chance to get in is to be in the first at least 10 people. You want to be the first 10 people in that line for standby to even have a chance, because they really, it's all based on if people don't show up.
Of course, yeah.
So we get there. I tell Maddie, I'm like, we do watch that show like every week. Like, it's right there. I might as well try. Like, what else am I gonna do? Like, of course, we might as well try. I'd be mad if I didn't try and be like, what if,
We're here right now.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I go to the line at 4 p.m. There's already like 20 people in the line. Show's at 8. And so,
damn, that's nuts.
This is probably the most I've ever like waited for something, honestly. Yeah. Cuz like I stood in that line for 4 hours.
Whoa.
Just stood there. Maddie was there for a bit, but then I told her to go inside the restaurant nearby because it was kind of hot out.
Go in there.
Get
now.
In there.
Woman.
This is a man's job.
Let me do it.
But I was just like, no, go in there and cool off and like have some drinks or something, It's just right there, and then we can switch if you want. And then she did that, and then we came out, but I don't know, I was too invested. I didn't really feel like switching. I was like, I'm cool. So we just sat there, waited. Yeah. Long story short, nobody got in. Not a single person from the standby line got in.
Wow. Is that right?
Yeah. But, it was cool standing out there. We saw Tony Hinchcliffe walk by.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. A couple other guys on the shows. Yeah, it was weird seeing people that you see on TV. I was telling Maddie, I was like, oh, shit, he's real.
He's real. He's real.
He's right there.
Is he short?
He is taller than he looks on camera.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, Maddie and I were both surprised. We're like, oh, he looks like a normal height. Like, he might be like 5'10" or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe. I could be exaggerating, but he looked normal height. And a couple other guys like smaller characters.
Yeah. That's what's up. And
then we walked by the Colorado River the following day. We saw the bats. I definitely recommend seeing the bats.
The bats.
So they have bats there that like are not, of course, like native to their land, but they're Mexican bats. Uh-huh. and the way they constructed the bridges there in Austin is with a design flaw to make pretty much deep, cold, dark crevices for them until the bats have found those areas along the Colorado River. So they feed off the river and they like habitat inside the crevices of the bridge.
Oh, okay.
Like a shit ton of them.
So did they made that for that, or was that a fallacy from the bridge? Like,
yeah, it was a mistake.
It was a mistake.
And the bats
but it's like kind of like a cool little folklore mistake, huh?
Exactly. And so the bats found it and seized that as their territory. Oh, my phone
She's
was
looking
right
for
there.
a bat.
Yeah. No, I got a video of the bats.
Oh, sick.
That's pretty sick.
I've always liked bats. Fruit bats, Batman.
And this is another thing we waited a long time for, probably 3-4 hours for the bats to come out because you don't know what time exactly. It's just around sunset. But these fuckers didn't come out till like 9 p.m.
Dang.
And so there's not much light, but...
Oh, shit. Hear that audio, guys? Yeah. Sounds like Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, that audio, that in person, I could like feel it. It was like tingling my like senses.
That's pretty dope. I like that.
That was actually really cool. I wasn't expecting it to be that cool. But yeah, it was sick.
It's like Playboi Carti's next album or something.
he was in there.
Yeah.
He was probably in there.
He's in the crevice.
Like when all the bats come out.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Bing! Bing!
Some barbecue I had at this place called La Barbecue.
Dang. That looks like some Texas shit right there.
Dude, that was amazing.
Yeah.
That was some of the best. That was the best barbecue I've ever had.
Without a doubt?
Without a doubt. Like, that was easy. That was easy. Like, I showed it to someone, a coworker, and she was like, oh, that looks like Rudy's. And I was like,
don't disrespect me.
Bitch, this ain't no Rudy's.
Yeah. I'll slap the eyebrows off you.
Yeah, this ain't no fucking Rudy's. Rudy's is fine, but I'm telling you, that shit, like, melted on your mouth.
Yeah.
And then the flavor in it was just,
like,
this crazy.
This ain't your step cousin.
Yeah, this ain't no fucking Rudy.
Fuck you talking about? What's the weirdest thing you saw out there?
The weirdest thing?
Because they always say, keep Austin weird. That's like they're saying. That's their little motto. So,
well, there were typical weird people walking around. Like, there were a lot of homeless people, unfortunately, but they're like cool homeless people, like telling you, just like, I just want to do some meth, like, can I get some money for meth? And
I just want to do some meth. Yeah. Straight up.
Either straight up.
He has a what do you call it? What are those shits called? He has like a Verizon Cosmo.
I don't even know.
Old ass Nokia phone.
I'll tell you though, what the weirdest part about it, in my opinion, was like the dynamic of the city itself. Like downtown, right? Buildings, bars, hotels, all of it like walkable. You could walk all downtown there and find restaurants, everything. You go I don't even know, a couple blocks over under like the freeway overpass, and it's just like a bunch of trees, and like the houses are more spread apart, really old looking. But they really have turned a lot of those old houses. That's kind of the sad part too about like, about there being a lot of homeless people and stuff, is like everyone thinks it's like, oh, it's sick, like this place is old, but now it's bars and stuff like that, which is cool. But then you remember that like that's what gentrification is. And people get like displaced and stuff, and the cost of living and all that. So I guess it is like that part makes you feel kind of bad, but that to me was the weird part of the city. Not to like go off too much on a tangent, was just how much of a mix of activities you could do, outdoor, indoor. There's just like everything. Like it really was just such a I don't even know how to describe it. Like just a vast city. So dense. It was very dense. I would definitely recommend going in a cooler time though. I mean, you'd be fine, but I was sweating my ass off. We went and walked around the Capitol, the Texas Capitol. Really nice building. Huge. I think it's like the 3rd or 4th largest Capitol building in the U.S.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, shit.
But it's pretty dope. It's the architecture, obviously, like 1800s or whatever, like just old, and it's crazy. I love looking at like, that was one thing I liked about the city. A lot of the stuff you can tell that it's been there. I think that's like one thing that, especially here,
you can smell that old money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And like those like the history that. Like those that were in those walls and shit like that. Like in Phoenix, a lot of stuff is newer. Like, I don't think a lot of things are really.
Well,
Arizona's a newer state.
Arizona's like a new frontier, you know, when it comes to the United States. 1912 established. I mean, that's old, but that's not that old. I mean, you're talking about 2012 being our millennial year. Like, that's like not that long.
Yeah, that's like
at that time, there's probably people older than the fucking state. Ain't that something?
Yeah,
that's not very good when you have, you know, organic things being older than something that's like, you know.
Yeah, Arizona's like
a fucking
like 2 generations tops old at this point.
Yeah,
it's like nothing.
Yeah, not even, barely even that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, people still have grills from the gold rush, probably. So, in their mouth. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
It was definitely cool. I mean, if you like music, comedy, outdoors activities, walking around, staying up late, eating good food, which who doesn't like any of that stuff, right?
Right.
But that's a good place for it.
Yeah.
Good place. I really loved it. I would definitely go back there. And like even when we're leaving, we're like trying to, you know, when can we come back, you know? But there are other places on the travel list too. So we'll see.
Just enjoy that while it's there. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, of course you can find like solace in like these places, like as if like they're your secondary home or something that you're just. It's like a newfound experience to where you're just like, man, I don't want this to stop.
Oh, yeah,
that's how I felt. But at the same time, you have to remember there's other things. There's always, you know, sometimes it is greener on the other side when it comes to traveling, especially.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, you think that's the shit. Wait till you see that. You know what I mean? Dangerous rabbit hole to be a part of, but it's fun at the same time.
Definitely gave me like the travel bug, as they call it, or whatever. Like, I'm like, damn, when's the next trip?
Yeah.
When's the next trip? Because that was super fun.
Trips are super fun, man.
And it's not, honestly though, it's not a place where I'm like, oh, I want to live here. I just like coming here. Because I mean, I feel like living there for me would have turn into how it is here, where it's like we don't really go downtown that much.
Well, don't come in there, or else you're stuck for 18.
Right. This guy's a comedian right here.
Yeah, man.
Getting ready for Kill Tony.
Fuck Kill Tony.
Fuck him. They boo your ass so hard.
Yeah. They boo me?
I don't know.
I'm like, fuck you guys. You don't know what comedy is.
Yeah.
You guys are drunk. You wouldn't know what it was if it hit you over the head. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
I was about to say, speaking of music and activities and things like that, we got a lot of music either coming out or already came out. I mean, before this, we were looking at some stuff that you were showing me, you know, new stuff that I was actually unaware of. You were hitting me with a whole bunch of shit I didn't know was out. And normally it wasn't even like new things as if like I didn't know who these people were. It's like, these are fucking some hard stone type things, you know what I mean? We're talking about Don T. We're talking about Don Tolliver. When did his album come out? Was it last Friday? Last Friday, so
I think last Friday. It'd probably been a week.
So yeah, that'd be what shit, like the 12th or something.
See, luckily it's good.
Some shit.
Got it up front here. June 14th.
Okay.
June 14th.
Heartstone Psycho.
Yeah, Heartstone Psycho.
Off the first listen, guys, I gotta tell you, I actually didn't like it as much as I like the other Don T projects on the first listen.
Wow.
Don T is one of those. He's one of those savory artists that like I can fondly remember. All of my first time clicking that Don T play button has always been like a huge like kind of ride per se. But this one I like it, and I know I'm gonna like it more after I listen to it more and stuff. But this is the weakest one for me off the first listen alone.
Interesting.
Yeah, like, you know, my first experience with Don T was Donnie Womack. I'll never forget riding back from Colorado Springs back to Pueblo or whatever. 45-minute drive, super drunk. Somebody else driving. They actually put it on. Shout out. I forgot who it was. Yeah. Anyway.
Was it JP?
I think it was JP. Yeah, in his Civic. And
I feel like he's probably one of the only people that actually like listen
like a little bit privy on shit. Yeah. But
made a lot of money on the back end.
That was the one. Were you in the car too?
No, but you actually played that for me. Must have been after that.
Probably after that.
That was the first song I heard from him.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, he played that, bro, and we're you know how it is. Like
then I started hearing Too Lil Shorty at other places.
Lil Shorty?
Too Lil Shorty. Too Lil Shorty.
Oh.
You know which one that is?
From Donnie Womack as well?
Yeah, from Donnie Womack.
Oh shit.
I started hearing that a little bit later, and I was like, oh, I never You know which one
Video
that is.
Girl, AMG, all that, dude. That tape is tough.
Yeah.
And then like he had that participation on the Jack Boy shit.
Right. Yeah.
And then he had and then
Did
he
you fuck
had
with Heaven or Hell?
Heaven or Hell was cool too. Now, Heaven or Hell didn't hit me as hard as Donnie Womack, but I liked Heaven or Hell, and especially after those, more listens and stuff, it grew on me and
That
stuff.
one grew on me.
Yeah.
That one grew on me. I like the Life of a
I
Don.
gotta stand all in it. I'm all in it.
Yeah.
I'm a man like cardigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just fire. That's like, man. It even made Archer stand up. But yeah, that's just tough. But hey, we're even listening to that song with Kodak and Don T.
Yeah.
What's that called again?
Brother Stone.
Brother Stone. Hard.
That one's hard.
Kodak, and I'm not even like a big Yak fan or nothing like that.
Yeah.
I know it sounds crazy. People love that dude. I mean, I will say that. He has a very I'll say dense fan base. Dude, it seems like anybody that likes Kodak loves him. I don't even think there's people out there that like him. I think there's people, you either love him or you don't,
I definitely went through a phase for sure, but.
Yeah. I never got into it. I guess I never sold an eighth. So Kodak caught a crazy pocket on that bitch. And then Don T was handling them verses.
Yeah.
Like crazy. Like it was actually his song. You know what I mean?
That song describes to me how what I felt about the entire album, to where they were all fun, kind of more upbeat, like metal kind of influence songs. That one's not as metal influence, but Tore Up is one, has guitar in there and shit. Those ones I like. Those were fun to me. There were some I almost said slower joints on there. Who am I? Some slower joints on there. But,
talk your shit, King.
But those I don't really love the Don Toliver slow jams per se. He has a cool voice and stuff, and I'm just not a slow jam person, I guess, in general. But I don't know, Purple Rain was cool with Future and Metro, Backstreets with Tizo. A couple of songs with Travis Scott were cool, but a lot of them were Bandit. They were kind of like that, upbeat, I don't know, rock, I don't know.
Well, that had me excited songs. Because it was when it comes to Don T, that was just a new leaf, and I was really intrigued by his single, and I'm like, okay, so he's going that route, I love seeing a turn of, or maybe a sleight of hand when it comes to artists and things like that, a kind of a slight crossover or interest, going in a different direction, I like shit like that because it just shows me that they're open to being an artist, a real artist, and not just somebody that's just 12 songs, get it out, okay, where's my money, it's like, dude, if you just make what you like and do it well, you're gonna get paid anyway, so I don't see why you just don't focus on that.
Yeah, and it worked out good for me because I like that type of rage music anyway, upbeat.
Yeah.
I like that style of music. And he sounded really good on it. He does. He sounds really good doing it.
He has a very very malleable voice.
Surprisingly so, I would say.
Yeah.
Because it definitely is. It definitely has a unique voice.
And sometimes artists, they veer off of the beaten path, and sometimes I don't even like it, but I do respect it oftentimes. Because again, that what I just said still holds water. It's I mean, at least you're being an artist and changing with yourself and not just staying within one parameter because you're scared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that's not really what an artist is supposed to be about. If you do that, you're more just a straight businessman, which in today's day and age, you have to be that too. I'm not knocking that side either. You have to
that's why it's even more impressive
take care of the bread
when you can.
When you can do that and that and that, it's whoa.
And that's in everything too, where you don't want to be stagnant. You want to change or be different.
Of course,
try to be better, but different at least.
You have to find yourself within the music.
Yeah.
Even when you listen to music, you gotta do that, and we all do. You know what? It was kind of a funny tidbit I was thinking of. I always be thinking of this weird, shit like this. But when we were looking at the video, I was like, damn, bro, this and a lot of rap music is derived from kind of this place of ego. of course, like damn near. Well, shit, you could even say like say when Kodak's doing his thing, it's not even really like it's not even whatever his real name is. It's Kodak Black, which is like his like alter ego. You know what I'm saying? He's
when
not.
you
It's
see
not.
me, I'm white. What does he say?
My name's Kodak Black. When you see me, I'm white. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's his alter ego, and like I was like, damn, like these dudes are really like profiting off of their like egos, like, and it's like their egos talking to us, like just like similar to how an actor, when he's on screen, he's an ego of whatever he or she may choose to be, So if he's playing a villain, he's getting into the ego of a villain within himself, So it's like, it's pretty cool, like just watching them dudes. I was like, damn, bro, like this dude Kodak and Don T, they're just getting into this bag, like
Just like I'm the best, like cocky, like that type of bag.
yeah. To be honest, I kind of lost where I was going with that, but
Well, that's why I know where you're going, and I that's why I personally always loved rap music, because I've always been more of like I don't know.
that's what I was gonna say.
I've been like a quiet, I guess, more quiet. Be humble. That's like things they teach us in sports and stuff. But the reason I always love hip hop is because, especially all comes back to Drake, but that is what it is. It's all about bragging, I guess. Not just necessarily bragging, but it's more than, to use what the kids say. It's like an aura. It's like not just words, but it's like everything. And gives you like even onto me at least can give me that like confidence, or or just make you feel like big or whatever.
Well, I'll go against the grain on that, because I found what I was gonna say. I was gonna say it's cool to like, because whenever we watch these people or listen to these people, we get to reflect upon ourselves, and like that's where I was going with it. Like, you can derive like the ego from like a song or whatever. Like it's like he just said something like, fuck, I feel that way too. You know what I mean? Like and he just put it the way I'd like to hear it or whatever. But it's just like, it's just cool how we can kind of like it's almost like a close up in film or something. A close up is almost supposed to be like a reflection to show like how the character is feeling, In part, it's almost like you looking in like the mirror and like showing like maybe you can see yourself within the character, you know what I mean? But I don't think hip hop is all about that. I feel like a area of it is, but like don't forget about where hip hop first started is like on some like getting into introspection and like message
and rebellion. I
and
feel like that was a
rebellion
big part.
from like the powers that be. So, and it's like, and it's a interlined message within these codes that only certain people can kind of get down with. That's why you have to be hip to get the hop. Because if you're not hip, you won't get it. You won't get the hop anyway. And hip hop is a culture, like rap is the music. So like you have to be in the culture first to even get into the other part.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I mean, to go on that a little bit, that's why I personally love that braggadocious rap too, because of how it started. It makes it even like sweeter, kind of.
Yeah.
I guess that's how people felt about punk rock back in the day, where it was just rebellious. It's like they don't get it. My parents don't get it, or whoever, they don't get it, and then to see it kind of become, I guess as big as it is, or as big as it was.
Yeah, first it was the message. I mean, hip hop started as like a very positive, as I said again, introspection. It's like talking about yourself so you can understand yourself. You're talking to people, a younger crowd that is still like in the midst of like, figuring out who they are and things like that. And not only that, but like it's like these people have deprived them sometimes of who they are. So hip hop is like the resurgence of that, and actually comes from it's the grandson of like funk, jazz, disco, all that stuff, because that's the samples that made it in the first place. Those are the ancestors that were quieted down or oppressed or whatever. So it's like reinvigorated through hip hop. And because of that, I think it has this tone of like kind of arrogance and braggadocio, because it got aggravated within around like that early 90s realm, to where you get aggravated and like people are actually starting to get pissed, and then they're saying fuck like the introspection, fuck like, you know, trying to cope with shit or whatever. It's like the angry part of it. It's like the, you know what, fuck it, we're just gonna say it, you know, like we're just gonna do it, you know what I mean, like NWA all day. Like that's the epitome of that. And after that, it's just like, then that just popped a whole bubble of like ego. I think that's where ego rap comes from for sure. Cause like you think about it, like Public Enemy, that wasn't ego. Run DMC, I guess it was ego, but even then it wasn't like ego on like it was just me. It was like it was me and you. You know, this is how I feel, and like because I can get down with you. Like, I already know this is how you feel too, because I live with you. I've been there before, you know. So like it's like finally, you know, it's like seeing somebody on the television screen or hearing somebody and being like damn, that's me. You know what I mean? Finally, you know, like look at like Barbies and shit. Like obviously at the beginning of Barbie, I think we know who they were trying to appeal to. You know, you didn't have people that had the opportunity to say, yo, that's me. You know what I mean? Fuck no, it's not you. You still play with them, so there's that, but it's not you. You can see that it's not you, you know? So I guess it's always special whenever you can find yourself within anything, you know?
Yeah.
And hip-hop is always just one of those things, whether it's introspective or I can get down with that Don T shit, you know? It's like, fuck yeah, that shit sounds great, especially two shots in.
Well, speaking of music, like rubbing off on you, what was I going to say?
Rubbing off the paint?
No, I'm gonna start drinking lean and just doing as many drugs as possible after listening to this new Lucky album.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that one came out the same day as Don Toliver's.
Yeah, we were listening to that. I was like, ooh, this is some mind-numbing shit.
It really is.
But I was fucking with it. I was just chilling. I was
chilling.
Like I was catching little bars and shit, and it was fun.
You're describing exactly how I feel about it and why I like it, because I could throw it on. I almost can't even tell you the names of the songs I like, but I could throw the whole album on and it all like blends together really well, and it's really easy to listen to. Like the beats are fire.
It's like that. It's like that lo-fi hard. No, it would be lo-fi aggressive trap.
Yeah,
because they weren't like overbearing like a Yeet beat or nothing like that. They were they were undertoned and like kind of like look like almost like you're spitting game at like a club or something like that. Like
a lot of the beats
rubbing
on there
your hands
are very
together.
like they're very like almost like dreamy. And very like floaty, and I don't even know how to describe. Very like airy and dreamy, and put you in a trance type beats. Like
hypnotic.
Yes, very hypnotic.
Woozy.
So, yes, and at the same time, kind of like dirty too, with like some of the drums in there. I believe that's what does. I'm not the most musical expert in that realm, but I feel like that's what kind of added that sense of like, because the bass too. Like this one in the car. I don't even have like a subwoofer or anything, but it like the beats go crazy in the car.
I'm sure they anticipated that.
Yeah, like
they know their fan base.
That's perfect. Yeah, so I really like that album. I wasn't, I fucked with Lucky. I kind of just clicked on it because I saw some people talking about it, and I was pleasantly surprised. Pleasantly surprised.
Speaking of airy and shit, it's kind of funny. I've been bumping this lately. I've been bumping that Hellraiser soundtrack and like riding around.
Hellraiser soundtrack. What does that sound like?
Like horror
Pink
film
tape?
Score.
Just kidding.
Nah, opposite. It's like just straight
classical?
up strings. Not really. Not it's derived from classical, but it's not classical. It's like it's like a score. It's just that's the best way I could put it. It's the score to the film. So like it's just funny though. It is very. It'll make anything you're doing like dramatic and cinematic at the same time.
I bet.
Like if you're driving around, it seems like cops are looking for you. You know what I'm saying?
Like on edge.
You're very on edge, like, but in the softest way. It's not like hard, it's like it's like something's gonna happen, you know,
Shit.
because it's all suspense, you know.
Yeah.
So it's all suspense. So yeah, it's all like, oh shit, something seems like it's gonna pop off
At any second.
any second now. My car's gonna blow up.
Yeah. I love driving around feeling like that.
It's like hold my breath to start my car.
Yeah.
I just had to throw that in there.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I've had a friend before tell me that they like listening to like a score of certain things.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that does make sense.
To be 100% real too, I used to clown because like there's a whole soundtrack section at the record shop, and like I'm always like, why would you listen to like a soundtrack or whatever? You know, like that's so like corny, lame, whatever. But I guess when you find one that's good, it's pretty cool. Like, cause even I like the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack and like the Hellraiser
Last time we
soundtrack.
listened to that.
Dude, that's just sick. Oh yeah, we were listening to that, huh?
Oh yeah, we were pawing our asses off to that.
Yeah, yeah, for real. Yeah, and even that one, that was like a good like. It's a good like casual listen. Like even if you want to tone it down and just have it barely in the background, it's nice.
It definitely added something to the conversation. I felt. I went to a record store in Austin actually.
Did you?
Yeah, I forgot what it was called.
Oh shit, lucky.
It was cool. They had a ton of shit. They had some record store day releases in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you cop?
I didn't cop.
You see anything cool? Like anything that like piqued your interest?
I almost bought 808s and Heartbreak Collectors like set.
Did that look any different than the normal cover?
The cover looked the same, but it was thick as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, it came with like the CD.
The CD.
And
yep.
I don't know what else.
I got that.
It was thick as hell.
They're all like that though.
That's why I didn't get it, because I kind of did a quick Google search and I was like, man, I can kind of get this anywhere.
Yeah, they're all like that.
And then I found Sorry for the Wait record store day. This last one release.
Chief Keef?
No.
Oh, Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, damn, this would be cool to have. I really did. And then I did a quick Google search again, and I could get that.
You can get
for
that.
the same price just about anywhere.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm not going to worry about like trying to get this in my bag, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I just buy it if I really want it.
That's exactly what I do, man. I mean, I'm like,
it was a cool place. If I lived there or something, I would definitely go there and buy records, of course. And they had a lot of good selection of like turntables and shit too.
Did they?
Yeah.
Some nice ones, huh?
Yeah. At least from what I thought were nice ones. But
oh, yeah. I was about to say, yeah, Chief Keef has an album called Sorry for the Wait, but it's spelled different.
Yeah, weight like pounds.
Yeah, pounds and shit. I was like, I'm not crazy, right?
I think I thought of this on the plane. I was listening to a lot of music on the plane, both on the way there and back. And see, I don't know if I kind of hit you with this out of nowhere. I don't know if it would make sense. But I was like, you know how I like to make up like these little games, I guess. So I was thinking like, who had the best verse, and I thought of some songs like real quick.
Okay.
And you could go on this all day, like. I don't know. It might be something fun to do in the future. Yeah. But I have 3 songs right now.
Hit me with it.
The first one is Neck and Wrist by Pusha T. Pusha T and Jay-Z.
Yes.
So it's probably hard without listening.
Neck and Wrist. Well, no, I know that one. Because I know, what's it called? Drug Dealers Anonymous. But then you have Neck and Wrist, too.
Yeah, that one was on, I think it's Dry Out or whatever.
Yeah, isn't Neck and Wrist and Pharrell? Yeah. I'll go push on that one.
Jay-Z's verse pretty good.
It is.
I'm the Night King. That was that one. You remember that one? I don't know. It's hard without listen. I would have to like listen to it right now.
I've listened to that song.
I've listened to it countless times, but I just feel like for making like a judgment, I'm like
I'm just saying, but that's what I'm gonna go with, like, because I remember the song. I'm just gonna go with like what I remember within my like conscious, like.
That's a good way to do it. Yeah, just your instinctual, what you really feel inside, just thinking about it.
And there's songs like where like I could tell you, oh yeah, for sure, and that's not one of them. Like where I'm like I probably haven't listened to that song, dude, in like a year.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So That'd be tough. And you know, not only have I not listened to it in a year, but there's been like literally probably hundreds of thousands of songs I probably listened to, like since then or whatever. So like times, you know, so it's like, dude, you know, it's a tough call, yeah. But I'm gonna go Push, yeah.
Okay. I'll just do this one because it's probably going to be easier to expand on, I guess. Not even expand on, but just have a memory of. Forever. Drake, Lil Wayne, Eminem,
Ooh.
Kanye.
I'm gonna go Drizzy because he kind of stole the show. But I also like Eminem. Shit's hard too.
Yeah, that's a tough one, huh?
There he go, back in stadium. I didn't know.
Unless they go macadamia and they go whoa.
Yeah.
He can make them look like no, okay. Yeah, his verse does go hard.
Yeah, that's just tough. Kanye did this thing too. I mean, that's one of them ones. But I'm gonna say Drake because he kind of just stole the show. He had the hook, you know.
Faded Off the Brown, Nino. He had
He
that.
had the verse. He had the part where he
and
fucking
the hook, of
goes,
course.
Turns into like a robot for like Sprite. Sprite all of a sudden. Ain't that funny?
Yeah, Sprite.
So,
that
but that was
McDonald's
just
Sprite hits.
like all those. Every single person he was on the track with had a very solid career already at that time, and his was just barely kind of getting off the ground, Nino, and he was really, you know, he really like he came into a room that was like very dominant with people and just like was like, yo, this is my time.
Yeah,
this is my time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Drizzy with that one for sure.
I would agree with that. Although they all, I would give it between Drake and Eminem, like you said.
Yeah,
it'd be pretty close, but
because Neck and Wrist is good and all that, and this is like that's not like Forever. That's like a pop song, you know. So it's like it's meant to be like, you know, a little bit more quotable and whatever. But I'm just saying, like, I can remember that Eminem verse, like, even without listening to it for 50 years or whatever. So, but like. The reason why it's hard with the J. Cole and Pusha T is not because they're bad, it's because they're so damn cerebral that it's like it's tough to remember like these witty ass non-pop rap songs that are like literally just jousting competitions for sharpening blades.
Yeah, you know? It's hard to do that without listening to the song like right away.
Songs like that,
songs that
like,
that aren't
bars,
like
just bars.
Engraved into your brain.
Yeah,
like forever. I had another one. What would be your pick between these 4 Kendrick Lamar and Baby Keem songs? Range Brothers, Family Ties, The Hillbillies, and Savior. Or maybe if you want to rank them.
I'm gonna go Range Brothers.
Range Brothers number 1?
Sounded like they had the most fun on that. And they had fun on almost all them damn tracks, but they were just getting silly with that shit. They were like, it was actually kind of funny. Like, it's almost like I could damn near like hear them like rapping and like trying to get the take in without like laughing. And like I went
back and listened to that and I was like, damn, I was fucking with the top of the morning.
Top of the morning. Like, it's like, what are you guys doing? But it's like so cool how you making it work like that. I think it's super cool. Like, to be honest, if you reformulate that song and put other artists into it with a different dynamic, it would sound terrible.
No doubt.
Could you imagine like Jay-Z saying top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning, like what?
Yeah, what was that about?
Anybody would be like, what? It's like Eminem and Jay-Z, like, you know, Range Brothers or whatever, and it's like, imagine their verses being switched or whatever. It's like, that wouldn't be that appealing. But since it's Kendrick and his cousin, and they just sound like they're having like family fun, yeah, I think I would go Range Brothers for sure.
I love Range Brothers.
Yeah,
I think I like Family Ties more, just like replayability. Like anytime it comes on, just like getting hype. I think I just love that song as a whole. But I would I put Range Brothers close behind, and I love the other ones too. I mean, I would probably go the Hillbillies after that.
Hillbillies is sick too.
And then Savior last, even though it's good. I really like that one too. So, but I like Family Ties out of all of them the best.
I'll probably go Hillbillies second.
Do you think the Hillbillies was a Drake diss the whole time?
Have
you heard that?
No. Oh. I like that Bon Iver sample that they have in there, and I've seen it like chopped up on like track lib, whatever, and that's just crazy. It's crazy how they did that.
There was something I wrote down that I wanted to show you, and I don't know. Can you hand me the remote, please?
Yeah, this one.
The red one, yeah. And I don't remember what it is now, but I took this note on the plane. I remember. And the note is Yana on the Radar Freestyle. And that was kind of some of my thing too, that I thought about, like just watching a few On the Radar freestyles and just kind of like giving our critiques of them. As long as they're not copyright, I guess I don't really know. I wonder, why did I write this down though? I don't know if it's gonna be funny if it was serious. Maybe the fact that it's in the background and not like, officially like layered into the video.
That look like fucking West Side Gun right there.
It might be.
On the right. I don't think so. It wasn't him. It just looked like his fucking cousin.
I think Benny the Butcher's been on there.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe they all have.
So who is this?
This is Yana. I don't know much about her, but I don't know why I wrote this down. I just wanted you to react to it.
Oh. She's reading.
Her eyes are closed, bro.
No, she looking down. I could just tell by the way you're rapping too.
Bars.
No, I'm good. You can turn it off.
I feel like that's disrespectful.
I'm good.
You ever heard of the Geo?
The Geo? No. I'll listen to anything else.
Not feeling it?
No.
Not feeling Yana?
That it just felt like I could feel how nervous you were and like just the fact that you wanted to get it over with.
Maybe that's just your tone.
I'm good. Nah.
Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Freestyles. Yo, Gio in the building. I'm step out.
Nah, you sound like you're just like reading and just like, okay, let me get this over with.
Singing freestyle? Singing freestyle would be...
This dude looks like every dude that's in student council.
This guy was just cool as shit at his middle school. Freestyle singing's got to be way easier, right? You got more time to think.
These fools ain't even freestyling though. It's not freestyle. These are writtens.
It's called On the Radar Freestyle.
I understand that, but it's misleading.
This could be off the top. Oh no.
Nah. It's not off the top. You can tell when it's off the top. Just like I can tell when it's written. I could tell, bro.
Someone come get their brother. Get their little brother.
That's your brother.
Yeah, right. It's a little Tucson brother right here.
Yeah. Not only that, but I think he's lip singing. I think he's lip singing.
Sounded too clear.
Because it's too clear. You don't even hear. You don't even hear that. You don't even hear air. You don't hear.
Yeah, it was
I
like
mean,
a track.
to do that like falsetto or like sing like that and stuff, you have to breathe. Like why are we not hearing like breathing? We're hearing cuts. You know, like it cuts. Like as if we're like, imagine if we were to pause the pod, start talking again, people can hear that cut.
Yeah.
I can hear the cuts.
The
Like if you're freestyling or whatever, I can tell. Like, and plus, like if you're like, if it's not recorded, when you're close to the mic, you can hear. You know how close you are. not only that, but you talk about things whenever you're freestyling. Somebody always talks about shit that it's impossible to write at that time. You know, like talking about he's in a green room or something like that. Like those are signs of freestyles. Talking about, oh, I'm here with Gabe on the radar. Oh, I'm doing this. I got a hat on. I got a red vest on. Like, you have to indicate something that, like, you're saying that it's a freestyle. If you're saying I fuck my baby mama twice a week, da da da, I mean, that's cool and all, but I can tell it's not. That's a written. You wrote that down like 5 weeks ago.
You impressed by Wackotron?
Who are these fucking people you're talking about? Who? Wackotron?
Yeah, it's the Wackotron.
Isn't there a Babytron?
Oh, there is, huh?
Sheesh.
I kind of fuck with Babytron a little bit. I mean, I don't really listen to it, but like in my headphones.
Bro, you can say it.
In my headphones, but sometimes I'll throw it on in like a music video. It's kind of fun. He says some fun shit. I like his like lackadaisical flow too. All right, I'm done with the Wackotron. All right.
Is that his name? Wackotron?
Yeah, that was his name.
That was Wackotron?
Yeah.
That's a very risky name, man.
Nah, not for him. It doesn't matter. I'm just kidding. He's gonna find me.
Yeah. He looked like he would be from Austin.
I can see that. Let's see what else. What else is going on? Let me think.
I had like just a random thought that I wrote down within the last week or whatever. So I was thinking about the early 2000s, right? You know, even we're listening to that new Tommy Richmond song, and I said that he has inspiration from the Neptunes for sure. I mean, without a doubt. And I love his sound, and got me thinking about the early 2000s and like just like that Y2K culture. And I was thinking, man, the early 2000s was definitely like the most technologically sound era of like culture without the corruption of like what technology brings today. So like it's like we had like a lot of innovation, but at the same time it wasn't like the innovation was like taking over the precedent. You know, in the overall like arc of like the character that like embodies that decade or that era or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking that's probably why it's so cool, because it has like that flavor of 90s, you know, but it's like it's not as like old, it's not as geriatric as the 90s though. Like, you know, like gone were the pagers, gone were like all the old shit that like we were using before. Like it was actually like good innovation. That's how I always think of the 80s too. Like it's like it's beautiful because it's like you're coming off the 70s and the 60s like era, which is beautiful. I mean, a lot of people say that's the best era in music, period. And that's cool and dandy. But the thing about it is when you hit the 80s, things are the same thing, just plugged in now. It's like more plugged in, more electric, more, you know, like innovations. You know, you're talking about way more equipment that's available now. You know, so I guess the 2000s is like the 90s version of that. It's like, you know, you get that, it's almost like you think of that like chrome, you know, like cheap, what do you call it, like that CGI, you know, like Scooby-Doo and shit, you know, like that first Scooby-Doo movie, it looks like that, you know, so.
But at the time, we're like, holy shit.
Yeah, holy shit, right?
This is amazing.
But it is amazing, and it's the beginning of what we see today. So like I guess I just wanted to shine a light on the early 2000s, man, for doing that. I think it's like it was a beautiful time, and something.
It was a beautiful time. I think it was a beautiful time for culture too.
Yeah.
Like in terms of pop culture, in terms of like a lot of like pop star women. Mm-hmm. There are even pop star men, which I don't think we have right now. I don't feel. And then like movies and stuff, comedy. I feel like it was way more just out there, I guess. I feel like everything, even especially as far as like American culture, I feel like everything was like, I don't know, everything was like, it was like booming. Like everything was like, I don't know, meshing. People were out I don't know. I just feel like everything was better.
It was a good happy medium.
Yeah.
It was a happy medium in culture. It was a place for like people and technology to frolic together without being corrupt. You know, within it. Like it's like now we at least could, we could text people, "Hey, you want to go to the club or whatever?" But it's not like you're just that's it after that. And then you actually get to still reap the benefits of like living life and
You had to really earn the text too. Like if you wanted to text someone, like now texting might be easier because of how fast you can do it. But then you had to press 3 like 4 times.
Most definitely, yeah.
So you had to really earn it. Like, fuck it, I'm just gonna call this dude.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it, I'm just gonna call him.
Yeah, seriously. Oh yeah. Or call him on the house phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the house phone and shit. And a lot of people probably, that was even a time when some people may or may not have even had the like cell phone technology yet. They may have only exclusively been like a house phone family or a household. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think it's just dope. Some of my favorite music, some of my favorite styles, some of my favorite movies, just culture. That's what it's all about, this, what we're always talking about, ultimately that's what it kind of wraps into. So
I feel like things were less serious. Like, I don't know. Things were less serious in terms of like shows and just everything pop culture wise. There wasn't like this, I don't know, like, I don't want to say like attention, but fear maybe. There wasn't like fear for a lot of things. Like I don't know if it was the 90s or 2000s. Remember like Celebrity like Deathmatch or whatever, like on MTV?
yeah.
Like I don't know, that was 90s or 2000s, but I'm like, damn, they don't make shit like that anymore.
Well, it wasn't as sensitized as it is nowadays, and it was actually like a catalyst for a young generation to be like feel expressed and to like be in like an environment that's safe to like be a little raunchy, be a little out there, be a little weird, and not trying to just stick to what works or whatever, like actually making original content and things to look back on as we are now and see it as almost like a timeless thing, even though it was captured within a time. But it's like, it's dope because like, yeah, man, like that really was the at like the antithesis of like the 2000s, just being weird, being yourself. Seemed like it was just like a happy collision of innovation and originality. So I think early 2000s.
Then it goes too far.
Then it went too far, you know what I'm saying? That's where we are today. It's like now
Maybe too far, too fast.
We're enthralled in like the technology. We are the technology. I mean,
like, even as far as the art, it affects the art to focus on streams and this and that because there's no physical albums anymore, really. Just a different.
Well, it's not that there's not physical albums. It's that people mainly kind of hibernate, or I'd say they colonize on like the streaming platforms. Like, I mean, that's where most people live per se when it comes to their music and just everything. But that's just the music. Like, now it's just
the
like
movie theaters, bro. I hope I always fear for the movie theaters. I love the movie theaters, bro. And
yeah.
You hear about movies not doing too well, and
we just went yesterday.
What'd you see?
The Watchers.
What is that?
Some scary movie. Don't go to see it.
I want to see Furiosa.
It's terrible. Furiosa's dope.
I want to see that.
Furiosa's super dope.
Definitely want to see that. I may have to see that today, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Been wanting to go to a movie for a while. Yeah. I love the movie theater. I love walking in it, or even walking up to it. You smell the popcorn already. It's just
smell that dirty carpet.
Carpet and popcorn.
Yeah.
There's nothing like it. Same thing with the mall. How we do shopping, that's ruined too. I love going to the mall, smelling the pretzels,
Cinnabon,
and the cleaning products. Yeah, Cinnabon and the stinky people. But I just love walking around there.
Yeah.
It's a shame what some of those stores do, where they have better sales online than they do in their store, and they don't match it.
Honor it, yeah.
it doesn't make any sense, but
It's that shipping cost, man. Yeah.
sad.
Well, it's like these innovations are good at first, and they're really exciting to, they're things to behold. But then what happens is you get way too enthralled in like what it is, and like you forget other things about it. I mean, you can even like just lose yourself within that. Like, it's almost like how I see like a lot of times with these hi-fi guys that are into turntables and shit like that. A lot of them, man, it seems like they're like dickheads. A lot of them I've met, they're like a lot of dickheads out there. And I always feel like it's because they're involved in something that they probably loved at one point or another, but then like they just get so fucking worked up in like fixing it and how much things cost, and this and that, and innovations and new things, old things, that they become like bitter towards the very thing that they fell in love with. you know it's like it's almost like being with a girl, and you be treating her like shit because like like you're you really feel like as though like it's her fault that she that you're like this or whatever, like that type shit. It's like a love-hate relationship. So we got phones, and we want to be everywhere with the phones, and like now you can have ESPN on your phone, and now you can watch HBO on your phone, Netflix on your phone. Like, it's also available on your computer, your TV, your laptop, all this. And that's cool, but you get so fucking worked up in that shit that you forget, like, yo, there's other things to life and like experience. It's like, it's too good. It's like sugar. It's like too good.
It is.
Like, it's like when you taste it and it's too good, heed my warning. It's like
anything that feels good is not good in too much when you get too much of it. And
Yeah.
Right? I can't name a single thing that's like this feels good. You could do it not as much as you want and not have
Yeah.
any consequence.
It's like whenever you get that feeling, like you have to take a second to look back and be like, hold up now, all right, what am I doing now? You know what I mean? It's like getting drunk. I know how it is. When you get drunk, you start having a lot of fun and shit, and you're like,
Catch that
okay,
initial buzz.
let me
You start
calm
catching that
down.
buzz. You're like, ooh, let's keep it going.
Yeah, and you feel, go crazy, go wild, but it's like you have to, at some point or another throughout the night, you got to be like, oh shit, I better get off this table. About to kick me out.
Right?
So, I got a present for us after this.
Ooh, okay. Sheesh.
Got a little present for you, man.
Sheesh. What was I gonna say? Oh, do you think that like we could, as a society, kind of get back to that? That 2000s. Not technologically, of course. We're gonna keep innovating or keep inventing new shit that makes our life easier and makes us fatter and dumber. But as far as like, I feel like at least as far as pop culture wise, people of our generation are gonna feel like kind of how we feel. So maybe it could, because hey, everything comes in waves, fashion, trends, whatever. I feel like they could kind of wave back to that at some point where things could become more like open and free again, like edgy or different.
The only time I could see that happening is within small communities, building upon themselves. So like, there's communities out there. Like, I know there's one in Boston, for instance, that is a dry city. You can't drink there. They don't sell alcohol. You're not supposed to be drinking alcohol there. It's like
Where's this again?
Someplace in Boston, I guess. Some guy told me about it. But it's like some dry city. You can smoke there and all that, I guess. But I guess you can't drink. So like, what if there's communities where there is no like crazy fascination with this technology, and just like
Amish.
Yeah.
What if they're the ones that survive?
They probably would, but like maybe half Amish, like maybe like on some like yeah, you can use phones, but I don't know, maybe like only at a certain time. I don't know, but something extreme has to happen for extreme measures. So it's like, I mean, I'm not sure, but it would have to definitely be within communities, because the world is too far gone. Like, it's impossible to get everybody on the same boats when it comes to that, especially like a positive thing in the long run. But that's why I think COVID was funny, because like it made me scratch my head, because I was interested in the monopolized mind of like how the world can get everybody to do the same thing, because it's hard to do that. It's very hard to do that. You have to, and I think that was like an experiment, like on, mass control, and like how you can kind of manipulate thoughts, feelings, philosophies, even physical manipulation. I mean, actually making people wear something. Can you imagine that? Could you imagine like somebody making you wear something?
Or like,
upon
how about
upon
inject
yourself?
something?
Or inject something, or like,
They got
I
my
mean,
ass.
damn near like shoving it down our throats. I mean, commercials
Yeah.
and ads like with Pfizer, these big conglomerate fucking big pharma companies that are like literally, I mean, they might as well just come to your door and pretty much force you to inject it, because you're saying they threaten death, the most common human
Well,
fear.
either death or you can't go anywhere.
Or you can't go anywhere, or you're deprived of the things. Because at first they said you couldn't do anything or whatever, everything shut down. But then they opened it up a little bit, and then they said, but even when we open it, only those that do this can do that.
Yeah.
Isn't that? I mean, come on, can't you guys see? Like, can't you see?
They got my ass. They got my ass.
Did
with
you
that.
did you do it?
I did.
You did that?
Yeah. Because I had tickets to a Day in Vegas music festival, and they said you can't. It's at
You ain't
first.
trying to do a fake, homie?
At first they said you must be vaccinated or you can't. I wonder if like I could sue them for that or some shit. Because
For real, bro?
Because at first they said you can't come in if you're not vaccinated. And later they said you have to be either vaccinated or have a clean test within 24 hours.
Yeah.
But I was already vaccinated. I'm like, whatever.
Wait,
I
did
mean, I
you
didn't
do
even
it
think-
for that?
Yeah, that was like $1,200. I was like, I'm not
Damn.
gonna return that. It's
Oh,
not like
is
I
that
would
when you
lose
saw
out of it.
Kendrick and shit?
Yeah, yeah. I saw Kendrick, Tyler,
Damn.
Post Malone, Freddie Gibbs. It was supposed to be Travis Scott there instead of Post Malone, but that was the weekend after the Astro World tragedy.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So everyone there.
That's nuts that happened during that time.
Yes, that was the weekend after that, and so
Doesn't that kind of tell you something too? I didn't even realize that, but like, imagine if look, it's almost like, okay, so what I just said, you guys can't go out unless you're this. So, and then you get that, and then now you're out, and then that happens. So it's almost like, look what happens to those people that are even like trying to, deviate from the plan. It's almost like kind of like, it's like slave mentality, slave owner mentality. Like, look what happens to those that go against.
yeah,
I
that was a terrible tragedy, and I think that definitely changed the way concerts are handled from since then. Mm-hmm. The way in terms of crowd how they're handled.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm sure you have too. Concerts where people pass out, faint.
Of course.
So concerts are always like kind of like that.
I don't think it was you, but
Not like people dying. Like,
remember
that's not cool.
me and somebody, we were at the Young Thug concert. We fucking, I'll never forget.
You and Russ.
Me and Russ, this Canadian dude, we were at a Young Thug concert. Some dude passed out like literally like right next to us, and like they're trying to get people to come over and whatever. I don't know why we did it, but obviously we had to. We felt as though we had to. And me and this dude, and it's crazy what your body can do, like when you have to do shit.
Yeah.
Cause like, dude, that dude was like, I remember carrying him, like it was like light work.
Damn.
It was like crazy light work.
Adrenaline.
And he was like a normal, like, dude. I was probably a little, buzz, whatever. But me and this dude, we fucking hoisted this dude up. I mean, like, talking like, grabbed his back, grabbed his neck. I think I had like his back and his neck, and then like Russ had like his like legs or something like that. And we literally over our heads, fucking carried this dude out, and to the outer part of the thing for him to get medical treatment. So you're welcome. But anyway,
wherever he is out there.
yeah, what a dick, right? But nah, I mean, it was cool though. I mean, I hope he's okay for real. But But yeah, man, like it happens all the time.
I saw someone do it standing in line to get inside to see Drake when he was here last time.
Really? Standing in line?
They were right about to get in because I remember that was like kind of
Are
what we
you
were saying,
serious?
and then they were just like fell over. I didn't see them fall over, but I just heard a commotion and then saw them on the ground. I'm like, damn.
He had to be drunk, though.
Almost inside, maybe.
Yeah.
Almost made it inside.
See, you can't be doing that.
That was tough. I was like, sorry, Maddie. If that happened to you, I got to go inside.
Oh, I'm going inside.
I gotta see the boy. But
Nah, for real. On that, if it was on a real note, I'd probably like I'd make sure you're okay and all. But I mean, I am going to the show,
it's a lot of money.
dude. Yeah,
If you just dehydrated, kind of fainted, like you're gonna be okay. It
dude, you'll
does
be
happen.
okay.
You're gonna
Exactly.
be
That's
okay.
what I'm saying. Initially, I'm gonna make sure like you're good and shit. I'm even gonna be like, are you good to go or do you need to stay? And if you gotta stay, I'm going.
Yeah.
I'll see you at home.
Okay, we got paramedics here. These are professionals. You're in the
Yeah,
best hands.
you're in better hands than me.
That's what I was just gonna say.
What am I
You're
gonna
better
do?
than my hands. Yes.
I mean, I did my job. I got you here.
Yeah, that's
know what I
cool.
mean?
Go. Yeah.
Shit.
I'll check in with you in a couple hours.
Yeah.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah. On top of the fucking concert tickets, now we got a medical bill. Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm playing.
Hey, deep
Thanks.
And I put dinner on the credit card.
Yeah.
Fancy dinner, drinks.
Damn it, I
fuck.
bought that Jose Cuervo 750. God damn it.
Fuck, yeah.
You didn't even drink it.
You're not even going to remember it.
You're not even going to remember. That's funny. Yeah. But don't wait.
Don't wait. Never wait. I feel like there was something else I wanted to say or to tell you about, but I might have forgotten now. JPEG Mafia in August?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You
JPEG
pumped?
Mafia, bro. And the album coming out soon, supposedly.
Before that?
Yeah, I'd have to, right?
Oh, that would make more
That's
most
that's
sense.
what's dope about that. I actually fuck with that. Like, boy, release his concert and then release he's released a single, and obviously his like new concert is gonna have to have a pairing with the new album. So it's like it really it's a surefire way, no pun intended, to like be like it's like a lot of integrity. You know who could take a note out of that? Kanye. Imagine Kanye actually saying, "Hey, I'm going on tour," and then like saying that, yeah, it's for an album. That you have to do it now, because people are buying tickets, people are buying pre-sales. You're locked.
Yeah.
Not saying putting pressure on yourself, but it's like definitely like it puts you on like you're activated, you're greenlit now. Now
Or you do that thing though that like I bet Kanye could do a Taylor Swift thing, eras.
Yeah,
He could do something like that.
You could do
and
that.
Sell out
Yeah,
if he wanted to.
you could do that.
That's what Drake did too, apparently. Although I thought it was very her loss based. There was a mix.
Hey,
Too many.
since you're the #1 Drake fan and shit, like I heard through another Drake fan that supposedly he released vinyls of all his albums for like a day, and then he Universal took it all down or something like that. But I guess all of his vinyls were available, like including Nothing Was the Same, which is, man, they don't. As far as I know, they don't have a pressing of Nothing Was the Same available. But when that comes out, I will definitely be copping that.
Interesting.
That's
I've seen
sick.
some of his other ones at like Barnes and Noble or
Yeah.
Urban Outfitters.
He has, if you're reading this, he has What a Time. He has Take Care. He has Scorpion on vinyl. Views on vinyl.
So
So he doesn't have like Certified Lover Boy on vinyl.
Yeah.
He doesn't have Nothing Was the Same on vinyl.
honestly, never mind. Her loss.
Honestly, Never Mind on vinyl. Yeah, Her Loss.
For all the dogs.
For All the Dogs on vinyl. Yeah. Drake's whack with the vinyls, huh?
Kinda, yeah.
What's up with that?
He could be cool. I don't know. Maybe it's Lucian.
Ah.
He said Universal.
There's
There's conspiracies out there.
Yeah.
People say that Drake is like as big as like a label. Like that's why they want to take him down because he just like does what he wants and he's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a whole. I need to watch it. I haven't watched it yet. A Larry Jackson and Joe Budden interview. It might be Patreon.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Maybe that's why I haven't watched it. But it'll probably come out on YouTube at some point.
Yeah.
You can find some clips. He has some Drake stats in there that are pretty crazy.
Dope.
Like his streaming numbers, I guess, or I don't know if it was sales, one or the other, are bigger than the 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s combined. Every artist from the 70s, 80s, and 90s combined.
I thought I heard that before, but that's really hard to believe.
Crazy.
But I mean, I guess that's the power of the stream, you know.
He came up right at the right time, like right when what's it called, MySpace era, with the internet. Like he was like on the front of the battlefield in that one.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
There were a few of them, like him,
Because
Big
there's
Sean.
people that made it. Nah, because there's people. See, there's a class before them and all that. There's like, see, I have to remember like the Little B's and shit.
Soldier Boy.
Little B's and Soldier Boys.
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
those guys that even like, see, they opened the door. But yeah, I'd say Drake and Big Sean and all them. They were the ones that like they said, "Hey, what's that?" And then Lil B and Soldier Boy were dumb enough to look, huh? And then they just ran through it.
Yeah, took that shit. Took it and ran with it.
Yeah.
I feel like were we talking about something else? How did we get there?
We're talking about JPEG Mafia.
Oh yeah.
But
Any other concerts coming out?
I'm definitely going to that concert. Conway the Machine is going to be coming the 27th. Might be going to that. I went last year, and not last year. I went in like 2020, ironically, and that's when I actually had to do I did a test. Yeah, I got one of those. Dude, I ran all across town, dude, trying to find one of those Binax nows. Like literally went like from.
And imagine it tested positive and you felt fine.
Crazy.
But a good thing it worked out, I guess.
Yeah, no, I tested negative, and I was all good. So. Well, yeah, that was a dope ass concert, and then he had a surprise guest come out, West Side Gun.
That's pretty sick.
Came out of the woodworks, bro.
It's pretty sick. Came out in Phoenix.
Yeah.
I think Phoenix has the potential. I think give it like 10 years, it'll be as cool as Austin.
Think so?
I think so. I think people will continue to move here and bring more money here. Not that there's not a lot of money, but I think people will start to realize, especially like downtown, like areas like that, we need to like make them. They just need more time. That's what I think. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Just need more time, more businesses, more.
Need some legend.
More culture.
Need legend things to happen.
Yeah, that too.
We need like like some fuck ups on a bridge, like your bat story or something like that. Like,
yeah.
Need some like cool little like legend shit. Phoenix is so untapped. Very untapped. So it's just waiting for somebody to come tap that ass.
Yeah. Could it be you?
That's what I'm saying. Could be.
What kind of like so? What kind of scene could you imagine Phoenix having? Like I was talking about Austin having like a comedy scene. A bunch of comics live there. A bunch of comedy clubs up and down the street. What do you think Phoenix? Like music? What do you think? You could have a big music scene?
Well, the real
sports.
The real crux of it. It already has a sports.
You think that's up there?
Culture of sports here is pretty strong. I mean, think about it. Like there, you got we had a hockey team. We had, we have a football team. We have a basketball team. We got spring training here with all types of stadiums and complexes.
That's true.
And that leads people.
There are a lot of like parks, like big parks, like those ones we would have tournaments at.
Yeah, a lot of recreational parks in Phoenix. Yeah. Like if you're like a connoisseur of just like sports activities, like say you're like into like ultimate frisbee, or you're into like what is it?
12U soccer,
golf, disc, or disc golf, or not for real. Like even if your kid's into sports, or whatever, there's just like there's a game happening like right now.
Or even if you are, because like adult league. Because they tons of it.
Yeah, it's just like because it doesn't stop here. The weather, and the space between properties in Phoenix and stuff just is like a super duper, I guess pungent like wasteland just to be out. So you can it's always there. Like you can drive down the street, you'll see a big park somewhere. And you can go smoke there, you can go throw frisbee, play golf, play catch, whatever. Yeah. And then there's like actual like complexes and facilities that are available for practically anything. So it has that, but like the music scene, you'd have to have somebody that comes and shakes the game, and he's from Phoenix or whatever. And like the comedy scene, like just has to have that acclaim, man. Just have to be acclaimed by not only you have to start in you always say this, like you always start in your city, then you expound out from there, because if you can't be big in your city, what makes you think that you're gonna be big in the world, or like have any type of, or even in your country? Let's scale it back down to that. Like, or what about on like the west side of like the country? Like do you even have buzz, like not only in your city? What if you can't even get buzz in your neighborhood? You're not getting buzz in your neighborhood. You're not getting buzz in the city. Not getting buzz in the state. What makes you think that you're gonna get buzz on the west side of the United States, let alone the whole United States, let alone the world, or whatever? So it's like it just needs an identity. You know, it needs somebody to step in and fill shoes that don't even have a size yet.
Wow, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
I feel like it has, yeah, it definitely needs some more like exposure and more, just more substance before anything. Because even like nightlife in general, like it could be dope down there. Like every night, it's not hot as fuck. Like yes, in the middle of the day when the sun is fully out, it's pretty damn hot. Like at this time of year. But the rest of the time, it's beautiful for the other 6 months, and then in the morning and the evening, it's pretty nice out still, I would say.
Yeah.
I like
there's usually no thing out stopping. There's nothing stopping you from going outside usually other than the sun or you.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, even the sun, it's just like a time thing. Like you can go out like either in the morning or at night. But even if you were to go out right now and do something, you just have to watch. Like you have to take water, you have to be hydrated, and you have to know like that's the thing too. And that's like kind of like a culture within Arizona. I know people pass away every year from like heat strokes and things like that. But if you're from Arizona, you kind of know how to like balance it out.
Yeah, it's just like don't really go hiking right now. I mean, you can, like you're saying, but you would have to have tons and tons of water, and I hope you're covered. Like be super prepared for that.
You have to be prepared, and that's what I'm saying. Like us Phoenicians and shit, like we know like what's up. Like when it comes to the heat, just like how, a snowbird knows how to drive on the snow. Like we know how to handle the heat. At least I do. I don't know. I know how to, okay, I know I'm hot. Like I need to seek shade. You know what I mean? Yeah. I could douse myself off of water.
Also, the shade, it actually feels nice.
It does, It's just the sun. It's like the direct sun.
And I'm telling you, in Austin, you could go in the shade, you're still sweating your ass off. At least me, I'm sweaty already, normally, but there, couldn't escape it.
Yeah.
It felt moist. Like I felt like I needed to shower like all the time. Like I'd be like drenched in sweat. Not drenched like pouring down, but like just sticky.
You could feel it.
Very sticky all the time.
Yeah.
Like it made me want to go like this a lot.
I call myself a secretor. I just secrete everything. Like my body works like I don't know.
Just a sweater.
Not even that. Just like secrete. Like I secrete everything. All the functions of like your body, outwardly doing things. My body does that a lot. Like I'll pee a lot. I'll shit a lot. Like if I've been drinking prune juice. Like I've been shitting like a motherfucker.
God.
Prune juice, peeing. I sweat. Like I could have like a lot of fucking earwax. I could have a bunch of snot. I just secrete things. Like
Secretor.
Everything's
Secretor?
just
Is that what you said?
I'm a secretor. Like I just but I guess it's just like that. I just have like a high body function. Like, and it doesn't see like, dude. I could go outside and just walk for like 2 minutes. I'm drenched. Like it's just my shit just works quick.
Yeah, you would sweat your dick off in Austin.
Like I'm like 300 pounds. Like I guess in spirit. You know what I mean?
The air's like heavy. Like when you get out there, it's like dense. It's like it feels like you're partially underwater.
It's like if you take a deep breath like through your nose, like you can feel like water droplets on your nostrils.
Yeah. I swear.
On your nose.
Like I felt like I felt like I was in the jungle. I've never been in a jungle, but I just imagine it feeling like that. Concrete jungle.
Yeah.
But shit. Yeah, I got nothing else this time.
Yeah, me too. That was a cool podcast.
Hell yeah. It's cool every time.
It is cool every time.
Well, thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And
don't wait on that.
Don't wait. Definitely don't wait on that.
Don't wait on anything, guys.
Absolutely. Bye.